Okay, so we have 12 people in the meeting. Let's start now. If everyone could turn on their audio, videos so that we can start. All right. Good evening to one and all present here. I am your Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Ishita, and I welcome you all to meeting number 311 of the Amrita Toastmasters Club. Here at the Amrita Toastmasters Club, we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Before we begin our 311th meeting, I request everyone to please keep their mobile switched off or on mute. Also, a disclaimer: discussion of sex, religion, and politics is prohibited in adherence to the rules of Toastmasters International, and mentions of the institution is also prohibited. Kindly try to use formal language and refrain from swearing or using offensive language during the meeting. As it is an online meeting, please ensure that you keep your videos on and your mics off so that we can still pretend that it's a regular offline meeting. Additionally, do not spam the chat box while a speaker is speaking, and let's try to minimize disruptions. Also, a reminder: voting and suggestion forms will be sent at the end of each meeting, so please ensure that you duly fill it. I would like to now hand over control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sean.
One second, let's show the camera. Am I visible? Hello? Yep. All right. So we have, thank you for attending today's meeting to everyone. I know we are all busy with stuff. Again, we'll be busy for the next few days. So thank you all for attending today's meeting. The theme is chai or coffee, which I found very apt regarding given how it's raining now in Amrita. It's very cold climate, the kind of climate you want to just curl up in bed and sleep, or have a cup of hot coffee or hot tea along with a hot snack if you can. So we have a few guests joining us. I would like you to introduce yourselves. Just tell us your name, where you're from, and if you like tea or coffee. Uh, would Gomati, would you like to go first?
Yes, I'm Gomati. I'm actually a Toastmaster from Chennai Communicators Club. So I come here to improve my communication skills. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us, Toastmaster Gomati. Yes, Subha.
Yes.
Hi, this is Subha, and I'm from Mumbai, degree first year student, and I like coffee, honestly.
A fellow coffee lover, I see. Guest Abhinav.
Hi everyone. I'm from CSE final year, Coimbatore. I've come here to know what Toastmasters is about, and I'm trying to work on my communication skills.
Thank you for joining us. And I think we have one more guest Abraham.
Hi, my name is Abraham. I'm from Kerala originally, but I'm studying in Loyola College, Chennai right now. I like both tea and coffee, but honestly, tea wins it for me.
I don't know. Thank you all for joining today's meeting. To all the guests, I hope you have a fun session ahead of you. To the members, as you may or may not know, one second. As you may or may not know, we are having our club contest scheduled for September 15th. We'll require role players for that. I'll be putting a message on the group, but I was like, might as well as inform you guys. Please do note that if you are being a role player, you cannot participate in the contest. So when you apply for a role, so just make sure you're fully committed to the competition itself, as in not competing. You will only be a player in it. With that, I think we can start with the meeting. I'd like to hand over control to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sean.
Hello.
Uh,
Hello. Yeah.
hello.
Sorry. Got cut off. Got
Okay.
cut off. Yeah.
Can anyone
Go ahead.
hear me? Can everyone hear me? Am I audible? All right.
Yes.
Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Aditya. I will be your general evaluator for today. What that means is I oversee the entire meeting. I make sure things run smoothly. And to help me in this task, I have three fellow members with me, which I call the tag team. They are the timer, the R counter, and the grammarian. So I would like to call upon the timer, Toastmaster Alti, to explain her role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Am I audible? Can somebody please confirm? Okay, cool. So, as your timer for today, my role is to keep track of time and ensure that everybody, whoever is speaking, speaks within the time limit. So today we have only the
Your
table
voice
topics.
audible, but you're breaking apart. Is that just for me?
Could
It
someone
is
confirm?
just you.
Me, I
It is
respectfully
just
believe
you.
it's just you.
Yeah, we can hear.
Hold on. Okay, so shall I continue? Okay. So the timing for the table topic speeches are 1 to 2 minutes. So I'll show the green card at 1 minute. Wait a second. 1 minute. Yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds. And the red card at 2 minutes. And it will be displayed until the speaker finishes speaking. And please note that there'll be a time disqualification if any speaker speaks for less than 30 seconds or more than 2 minutes 30 seconds would be time disqualified. So I request everyone to speak within the time frame. So yeah, back to general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Arati. You've explained that wonderfully. I would like to move on to our R counter. I believe it's Toastmaster Sameer for today. Toastmaster Sameer.
Uh, Hi. As your accountant today, as your accountant today, I'm in charge of taking notes of all the fillers that we use. So I'll be counting all the fillers that we use, and I'll be reporting it when I've been called upon by the general evaluator at the end of the meeting. Back to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sameer. And last but certainly not the least, our grammarian, Toastmaster Ishita. Do go ahead.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. Can someone confirm if I'm audible? Okay, thank you. All right. So, hello everyone. I'm back and I will be your grammarian today. So, as your grammarian, I will be keeping track of your grammar and your language usage throughout today's meeting. I'll be on the lookout for good grammar and language usage, and I'll be noting down any grammatical mistakes you might make today. I'll be presenting all these at the end of the meeting in my grammarian's report so that you can work on and utilize the feedback next time. Additionally, I will also be on the lookout for our word of the day. And if you use the word of the day in a sentence, maybe you'll get a special treat, like a shout out in my report. So, moving on to the word of the day, percolate. Considering our theme for the day, coffee and chai, I've carefully handpicked this little word as our word of the day. Now, percolate means something that slowly or gradually spreads. For example, as the team began discussing their new project, ideas began to percolate. I'll be putting the word of the day in the chat box, so please do check it out. Now, I'll be tracking all the highlights and areas for improvement in your language usage today. So, I look forward to all your speeches for me to break down and note. Back to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ishita. So, as my beloved tag team has said, so they will be observing you throughout this meeting and they will present the report at the end of the meeting. And so will I. So, I would now like to pass on control to Toastmaster Subhashni, our table topics master.
Good evening, everyone. I am Toastmaster Subhashini, and I will be your table topics master for today. So, just a brief intro on what table topics are. I will present you with a topic that is based off of our team and coffee, and you have up to 2 minutes to speak. You will not, so the topic you will immediately start talking, and you don't really get time to think. So it's an extempore activity that tests how well you can think on the spot. So today's theme was chai and coffee, or coffee and chai. And the main reason for that was I was feeling lonely, and I was just thinking back to, how do you get out of loneliness in in adult life, in how hectic college is. It's everyone, most people I know, including my roommate, is just everyone is stuck in Gokulashtami practice or something else, or I don't know. I'm just lonely. So I thought back to fun times, and I realized that a lot of times it's associated with food, and especially with coffee. We meet up with friends for coffee. You have a long chat. Maybe a long chat turns from 4:30. It goes all the way till 7, 8:30 sometimes. So I was thinking of all these times and I thought, why not have a chill session today, considering most of us are already tired from how hectic everything is. So with that yap session, who would like to go first? Toastmaster Anand, would you like to go first?
Yes.
Okay. Do you want an easy question or a hard question?
Let me go with hard.
Okay. Shout out to Toastmaster Ishita for putting this question, the idea in my head. So, Toastmaster Anand, your topic is advocate for dipping biscuits in water over chai. You
Sorry,
have
what?
to you have to proclaim that dipping biscuits in water is superior.
Superior over what?
Dipping biscuits in tea or coffee.
Subhashini, first you said that this question would be hard, but I think it would be easy for me. Because for me, when I see people who dip rusk and all those biscuits and all those things into the coffee, I see them and I ask them, why are you doing this? Biscuit is just a biscuit that you can eat it. Biscuit was not made for dipping it into the coffee or tea, right? For that, you could actually put it into a water and eat it. I mean, water doesn't add any taste to it. It just makes it wet, right? It makes it less crunchy, yeah. But still, it is good than coffee or tea. Now you have a packet of biscuit, and let's say you dip it in a coffee or tea and you eat it. You finish the biscuit packet. After that, will you drink that coffee or tea? Do you love it? If you love it, man, you're crazy. Or maybe I am crazy. I am apart from the crowd. I don't know. Because when I dip the biscuit in the coffee, I finish the biscuit. After that, I don't like to drink the coffee or tea at all. It's not even nice. But if you dip it in the water, you don't care. It's just water and biscuit powders. So you can just drink it. You can just close your eyes and drink it easily. But tea or coffee is something that have a taste, and you are ruining that taste. We came here for a session of tea or a coffee, and you're drinking something else. So definitely you should go for biscuit in the water and not biscuit in a tea or a coffee. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Subhashin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anand. That was a really good speech, and I will forever be a little scarred and a little scared of you. Um, okay, moving on. Do we have any volunteers? Any guests?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Okay. Okay. What is the best epiphany that you've had while drinking coffee or tea?
Okay, this is actually a really simple question. I am a self-proclaimed coffee hater. I think this whole subculture that exists around people liking coffee and making it their personality is very, very annoying. Why would you make a drink your personality? And if you had to make a drink your personality, why would you make it coffee? It's literally just synonymous with drug addicts and whatever, like people who are trying to get off of a high or something. I advise people who think that coffee is their whole personality to actually start paying attention to other interests. But I digress, obviously. I think the biggest epiphany that has come to me while I was making tea, clearly the superior drink, was that I am going nowhere with my life. I am a BA English literature student, and usually making tea is the time when I generally think about my life and all the consequences and you know, problems that have come along my life as I've chosen my chosen field of study. And as I watch, you know, the tea percolates through the grounds of the tea greens. You know, I keep on thinking, you know, what if I am one of those drops just stuck behind those tea greens? What if I'm not part of that final, like, amazing drink of tea? What if I'm just one of like those grains left to, like, you know, stay and subsist like some kind of waste product that's meant to just eventually be thrown out? On the bright side, I guess at least the tea improves my mood. So yeah, that's the biggest epiphany I've had. Thank you.
Thank you, guest Abraham, for both that great speech, reminding me of the many existential crises I've had, and also for proving your major to us. Do we have any other volunteers? Guest Abhinav, would you like to go next?
The internet here is terrible, but I'll try and give it a shot.
Okay. Where did you have the best chai in your life?
Can you repeat it?
Where did you have the best chai in your life?
So, okay. This might sound weird for a lot of you people, but I am not a tea or coffee drinker. So the uh, for the majority of the part of my life, I've never tasted either tea or coffee. But once I've tried iced tea, I don't think that counts. But then uh, this was during my internship in Chennai. I was working with Bank of New York, and then uh, I happened to uh, try black tea. I mean, I just wanted to uh, drop the veil, explore new things, and I just wanted to try black tea for the first time. And interestingly, I kind of liked it. Uh, I lately I've been trying to reduce consumption of milk due to little of my allergic effects. So yeah, that was the first thing I tried in tea, and that was the best since it's the only one I've had.
Thank you so much, guest Abhinav. That was a really nice that I am pretty surprised that you are now in your fourth year and you only very recently had tea or coffee. I cannot imagine having gone through so many semesters without even you having to use coffee. Most famously, in semester one, one of my classmates mixed 7 spoons of instant coffee into 1 cup with just a little bit of water and chugged that down in order to stay awake. So, hearing all these crazy stories from college, it is quite nice to hear about someone healthy for once. Toastmaster
Thank you,
Gomati, would you
Shilajit.
like to go next?
Yes. Am I audible?
Yes, you're right.
Okay.
Who is your favorite chai or coffee partner and why?
I would prefer to
drink a tea alone, because drinking a tea with a partner, you get distracted with their conversations. We have to enjoy every sip of the tea. Then only can sip of the tea, and it gives you a lot of memories. And you can think of many philosophies while drinking your tea or coffee. Like uh, you get the best tea from not from the label, your label of the tea, but the content inside. Likewise, you you are what you are what not by the label that the society gives you, but by the content that we are inside. Likewise, you can get many leadership philosophies while drinking a tea. So I prefer drinking it alone with my own memories. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Gomati. You can see a true tea connoisseur, and it's quite an interesting point to note that you can, when you spend some time in solitude with perhaps your favorite drink, you can think of quite a lot of things. Or you can have a midlife crisis, but you can also be productive. So next up, I have a dual topic. So where two Toastmasters go against each other, or two speakers go against each other. Are there any volunteers? Role players can go for it. I will cover up your role. Toastmaster
Can I?
Rishika, ready to recreate Crispello once more? Yeah, sure, Toastmaster Samir.
What? Oh, sorry.
So one more
Okay,
person.
what is it?
It's
What
a
do I have to do?
fair topic, so I'd like one more person. Any other volunteers, guests, Toastmasters?
Can I go? Toastmaster Subhashini, can
Sure,
I
go
join for this?
ahead. Yes, okay, go ahead. So you guys, you will have to pick out one, either one, chai or coffee, and you have to advocate for why you are better than the other. So you can decide who's going to be chai and who's going to be coffee and who'll speak first.
Is Toastmaster Samir my pair?
Yes. So one of you, so you will have to face off of each other.
Oh, okay, hold on. Who and who are going against each other?
Okay, Samir, it's you and me. One of
Okay.
us is chai, one of us is coffee. What do you pick?
Chai. I drink chai every day.
Okay. You know what? I drink neither, but I will defend coffee with my life. You want to go first?
Just before we go against each other, I just want to give an interesting note. I'm someone who drinks chai and coffee every day. You're someone who drinks neither. I think
Exactly. So let's see what happens.
chai. I'm chai. You first.
Me first. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am here to defend a drink I vehemently abhor, but I will try my best. Coffee. As one of our dear guests has said, coffee is a drink that some people make their entire personality. But I would like to defend it because I consider it is the college student's drink. I consider that you might be inclined to say, all right, I'm a person of culture. I drink tea. No, I'm not like these people. They all drink coffee. I am a person of taste, of class, so I drink tea. No, I don't believe that's true. I believe coffee is as popular as it is because we choose it so. No matter how you might try to deviate from the norm, we always percolate back to coffee. Coffee is always in our lives. You may be hard pressed to find people who love tea these days. It's usually the older generation, but you will never find someone who does not want to have coffee. You will always find someone in a group who loves coffee. So, is there really a need for me to say anything more? Because as much as Toastmaster Samir would like to defend chai, there really isn't much he can do. I get it, Toastmaster Samir. You're in your final year and you're getting into the age where I suppose you would start to enjoy chai, but I would say coffee is the superior drink, and I don't think you can convince me otherwise because I have 20 friends who've forced coffee down my throat, and I drink it to this day because of them on special occasions. That's why I don't call myself an addict. But I would like to say that all the class you claim to have as a tea drinker, I don't believe a word of it. Thank you.
Toastmaster Aditya, I will not deny the points that you have. While they are valid, I think you missed the whole point of drinking tea, which is very sad and regrettable. So let me educate you, my dear friend. Dear friend, when you drink tea, it begins with an entire experience, just like it does for coffee. Not it starts from the smell, the feel, the way you hold the cup, and the environment. Okay, you may think I'm exaggerating here, but believe me, when you drink tea, when you just sit in a place, relax, and you drink tea, it just allows you to think so much. Now, when I've taken coffee, I must say that even though it's very relaxing, it's added a lot more to my stress, and I've found that very very unhelpful. Sometimes, well, let's not use unpleasant words, but when I've taken tea, even though it's not the most helpful drink, it does help me calm down, and I believe helps me to see things through a clearer perspective, which is why I honestly say that, which is why I honestly prefer tea. Coffee is a wonderful drink, there is no doubt about it. But then tea allows you to just think, and find yourself, which is something that I've been very obsessed with. So I will not disrespect your drink, but it's just not something that's helped me in my past, very sadly. Hopefully, it will in the future.
If I may Toastmaster meet, it's not my drink. I do. I'm trying my best to defend a drink I've never had properly, but
I'm
thank you. It
defending
was
a drink that I don't. I'm not in total love with. What can I say?
Then why did you pick chai? I love chai. I would have taken chai. Why did you give me
Why
coffee?
didn't you say anything? Why didn't you say anything?
Because I'm trying to be polite to you. You're my mentor. This is
I
what
could
I
have
do.
taken.
Okay, we can't swap
Okay,
now. I'm sorry, everyone, but thank you for
we
bearing
can't
with us.
swap.
Thank you, chai and coffee. That was it is kind of funny how the club culture has evolved to all our juniors trying to find every way possible to call the seniors old. We had Toastmaster Veda the other day just blatantly saying that, yeah, in 10 years, no, not most of you will be too old for this world. And now we have Toastmaster Aditya openly calling Toastmaster Samir old, which I agree with, but moving on. Guess about, would you like a topic?
Yeah, sure.
If you had to describe anyone as a drink that is coffee or tea based drink, who would it be and why?
All right. I have one friend, Swanchita Dash. She's been my friend since first grade, and we've been best friends for like almost our entire lives. I would describe her as coffee because when I talk to her, I get this warm, cozy feeling. It's like it's almost like sitting in the morning, early morning when it's cold, just sitting with my cup of coffee. It's like that when I talk to her. So I think that she represents the coffee vibe. But at the same time, she spills tea all the time, so she gives me so much gossip. But still, I get the and she hangs out at Starbucks almost every other day, and then she complains that she doesn't have money, which is like I think that's everyone's problem here. But yeah, I think that she reminds me of coffee because of her warm, comforting words, and I'm a coffee lover. So I like to just sit with my cup of coffee. And even though me and Swansa are not talking that usually, I don't drink coffee that regularly. I drink it like once in 6 months or so. But whenever I do, it's just right back into my own world where I'm just comfortable, peaceful, and so happy. My serotonin goes up like in a quick jiffy. So she's my coffee. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kesava. That was such a wonderful speech to listen to. I felt so warm as though I was the friend you were describing. Thank you for that. I think I will never get over calling someone else by my name. I don't know how the Adityas of the world do it, or the Pranavs, or the people who have all really common names. How do you deal with that? How do you call someone else by your name? Um, so, Toastmaster Sean, would you like a topic?
Sure.
Okay, this is a rather weird one. Would you rather eat rice with coffee or with tea?
Give me 1 second. Let me just switch on the lights in it. All right. Could you repeat the question once again?
Would you rather eat rice with coffee or rice with tea?
All right. Would I eat rice with? Does that mean I use the tea and coffee as a curry? Like I just pour it, or just like I have it as a drink?
Pour it. Pour it.
Pour it. All right. So rice and tea. Uh, Rice and tea are actually very two very large staples in an Indian's life. I think when there is a higher chance, I mean, I think there is nobody who goes without eating rice at least once or twice a day. At least I've never seen an Indian who doesn't. And tea, again, there is always someone I mean, sorry, I can't think today. Tea is always an important part of our culture, right? There is always tea and snacks, tea and biscuits. Every time something it rains, every time you decide to go hang out with a friend, it's always going to be the first thing you order is going to be a cup of tea. You're always going to order a cup of coffee if you're into coffee. Personally, I do prefer coffee more, but the question here is what do I eat with my rice? And it's a hard thing to be honest because I've never really considered having tea or coffee with rice, either as a drink or pouring it on. But if I had to choose, I think I would have chosen tea. While I do like coffee, but I think tea would complement the taste of rice a lot more. Don't ask me how I think that would work. Just by pure instincts alone, I think that tea would complement the taste of rice more. So yeah, I would not willingly, but I would, if I was forced to, I would eat tea and rice together. That's all. Back to you, Toastmaster Subhashini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sean, for attempting that weird question. However, your instincts were right. So when I say rice and tea, it's actually a famous combination. I don't mean the chai we drink tea with milk. I mean green tea. So there is a Japanese dish called ochazuke where they have rice and then they pour green tea on top, and then they add the seasonings or like an omelette or something like that. And it's supposed to be a comforting dish that people eat when they're sick. So that was what inspired me to pitch this question to all of you. Now we have time, don't we, essay? Are any of the role players who haven't gotten topics yet? Anyone interested? Shall we do topics for everyone? We have time. Just Master Rishita.
Yes.
Explain why iced coffee is the perfect accompaniment to a rainy day and not anything hot.
Oh God. Okay. So a little context. I regularly get tonsils around every 3 to 4 months. So because of that, as much as I love iced drinks, I cannot consume them because I will destroy my throat. However, I would like to advocate for iced coffee during rainy season. over hot drinks. Because when you are cold on the outside, wouldn't you like to feel cold on the inside as well? You would like to feel warm perhaps, but then maybe you want to feel cold too, right? You can't just be warm all the time. Let's have a little contrast here, shall we? So let's be cold on the outside and let's be cold on the inside as well. Now, as an avid hater of coffee myself, being asked to defend iced coffee is just atrocious, but I will because I think iced coffee is the epitome of perfection. You cannot get a better drink than iced coffee because coffee in itself is just bland, right? Drop a couple of ice cubes in it, voila, perfection. So yes, iced coffee is just perfect on rainy days. So that with that I would like to conclude.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rishita. Now, my next victim shall be Toastmaster Aarti.
Ma, ma.
Can,
Yes, I knew it. Go ahead.
can someone else be the timer for Toastmaster Aarti?
Should I time myself? Otherwise,
No. I don't have the confidence.
General evaluator,
I
please come to
don't.
the same.
If you give me a minute, I will go grab the timer cards from my cupboard. So please.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
Okay, fine. Toastmaster Anand will do it.
Okay, that's
Every time I drink this, I think of a time gone by.
okay. So every time I think drink tea, that too not any tea, perfect adrak wali chai that we get, the ginger tea. I always think that time goes by because I think I started drinking tea at a very young age, at like 7 or 8, and I remember how my mother makes tea. It's like the best tea ever. And when I was 10 or 11, my mother was sick. Actually, my family was sick. I was the only one who was very healthy at that time. So I had to make tea for them. And I made tea once. And for some reason, my mother made me make tea almost every day. And even when I go home for vacations, when it's like 2 p.m. in the afternoon, my mother says, Aarti, make tea right now. I'm like, I come home like once in a blue moon, and all you do is make me make tea. And so, and yeah, even here, I think the ginger tea is something that brings me a lot of nostalgia. And that always reminds me that I started from drinking tea at a very young age to making tea whenever I go home. So, yeah, tea is something that makes me feel that time goes by. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Subhashini.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aarti, for sharing that story with us. With that, we come to the end of the table topic session. But before we go, I'd like to say that when the days are gloomy, when it's raining all day and you don't have much choice. You can't go out. You just have to stay indoors. I'm a rain hater, by the way. I'm not a hater, but I don't particularly enjoy the rain. I know there are a lot of people who really, really like the rain, and I'm not one of those people. I grew up in a place where there was no rain, and I enjoyed that. So when it rains, I just feel gloomy, and it feels like you're sort of trapped into a place, or you walk out and there's just mud everywhere. It's not a nice feeling. But on those days, grab a cup of coffee or tea, grab your friends, your family, anyone who makes you feel happy, and just have a drink with them, talk to them, and have fun. So this doesn't just apply to whenever the days feel cloudy and you want a little sunshine in your life. When everything just feels bad, relax. A cup of coffee or tea or anything else you pick. Just good food, good company should fix a lot of things. With that, I'd like to pass over control to the general evaluator, Toastmaster. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Subhashini. That was a lovely session. Honestly, I think we all had fun and it was amazing. But I will save my words for my report later on. So let us start with our timer, Toastmaster Aarti, to deliver her report.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya, and hello everyone once again. So I'm here with my timer report. So Toastmaster Anand spoke for 1 minute 42 seconds. Guest Abraham spoke for 1 minute 54 seconds. Uh, Toastmaster Gomati spoke for 1 minute and 6 seconds. Toastmaster Aditya spoke for 1 minute 32 seconds. Toastmaster Samir spoke for 1 minute 36 seconds. Guest Subha spoke for 1 minute 26 seconds. Toastmaster Sean spoke for 1 minute 54 seconds. Toastmaster Ishita spoke for 1 minute and 6 seconds. And myself, Toastmaster Aarti, spoke for 1 minute 18 seconds. Congratulations, everyone. Nobody is time disqualified. Back to General Evaluator.
That's great to hear. There are no time disqualifications today. Well done, everyone. So we move on to our R counter. Toastmaster Samir, are you here? You appear frozen on my screen, so I can't tell.
I don't know. I've been frozen on my own screen too. I was hoping that it wasn't the case the other way.
It's
Let
all
me
right.
just
We
read
would
out
love
the
to hear
report.
from you anyway. Yeah.
Sure. Um, so as for the filler verse that I promised, guys, it was pretty interesting. Toastmaster Anand, you had to write, to write and guest, guest Abraham, you had 3 years for us, and guest Abhinav, you had 3 years. Guest Gomati, Toastmaster Gomati, we couldn't find any filler words. Toastmaster Sean, you had 2 hands. Guest Subha, you had 1 hour. Toastmaster Samir, I think, okay, I forgot to count my own hours. Well, that happens. Toastmaster Ishita, you had an hand and a so. Toastmaster Ati, you had 2 hands, 2 hours. That sums up my report. I hope that was crisp enough. I mean, I know that was a lot of numbers, but that's what we do. We crunch numbers. That's all I have to say. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samir. I'm sorry. I'm quite amused by the fact that your face is straight and frozen while you're delivering your report. Sorry about that. But well done. And last but certainly not the least, our grammarian, Toastmaster Ishita. Do tell us what's happening.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. So, moving on to the report, the word of the day, percolate. I would like to reprimand myself and hold myself hostage because the grammarian did not use the word of the day. However, my saviors were guest Abraham and Toastmaster Aditya. Thank you for using the word of the day. Now, for the grammatical mistakes and the corrections, put into a water could be changed to dip it in water. It is good than should be changed to it is better than, and for the majority of the part of my life could be changed to for a major part of my life. That was a major part of the grammatical mistakes and corrections I could find. For the good usages, you are not known by the label that society gives you, but your content. I felt that this was a good metaphor. The comparison to label of tea and its contents with people and their contents, that was pretty good. Dependent drink, I vehemently oppose. That was a pretty good contradiction, paradox. So a paradox is like a statement that is contradictory or self-contradictory, and that was a pretty good usage of that. Now, spill the tea, that was a good usage of idiom. Comparing someone to coffee because of their warmth was also a pretty good comparison. Guest Subha, you use a lot of descriptive words also in your speech, so good job on that. And finally, come home once in a blue moon. That is a good phrase. We are college students. We rarely see the light. For those living away from home, we rarely see the light of our own home. So come home once in a blue moon. That was a pretty good phrase. So I hope that you let all these grammatical mistakes and corrections as well as the good usages percolate in your brain so that you can use them for the next time. And that concludes my grammarian support. Over to the general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ishita. You've redeemed yourself on the word of the day. All right. Now we come to the general evaluators reports. So usually in our Toastmaster meetings, we have something known as individual evaluators, where if we have a prepared speaker, they listen to them carefully and they give them advice, they give them a sense of what the audience felt. And I think I have written down a few points I have for each of your speeches, and I absolutely loved all of it. First of all, I have found out a lot more people love chai than coffee. So Glad to have you here, guys, because I've been surrounded by coffee drinkers for a while. So, guest Abhinav, black tea. Okay, I love the fact I have never tried black tea, and now I'm very interested. I really want to try it because you've made it so attractive almost that it sounds so rare to me. I've never heard of black. And guest Abraham, uh, coffee being someone's personality, I completely agree with you. There are people like that, and it's not that I oppose them. It's just that there is so much more. I love coffee too, but there is more to it than just coffee. Toastmaster Anand, I would like to warn you. We do not cuss in our speeches, and I hope you do take that moving forward. Also, biscuit in water. I do hope you're not trying to start a fight over here because biscuits in water instead of chai or coffee. I get it was your topic, but you didn't have to go that far. Toastmaster Gomati, your speech was amazing about having tea alone, being philosophical, reflecting on oneself, just finding yourself, which was something Toastmaster Samir also brought up. So I really like that tune of how tea is related with more philosophy, related with self-reflection, introspection. Toastmaster Ishita, I feel your pain as someone who had to defend coffee also. Defending iced coffee in a rainy season while having a cold is not an easy task, but I think you did really well. Yes, Subha, your speech was very nice because you used terms that humanized it almost. You personified coffee, your coffee, this person brings warmth to your life, brings joy to your life. I love the fact that you made use of everything you had over there. And Toastmaster Aarti, the only thing I remember writing down is chai is home to you. You've grown up drinking chai, you've grown up making chai, and I love the fact that all of us here, no matter which side of the aisle we fall on, either chai or coffee, it's been a great day, honestly. Thank you, everyone. A few pointers for how we might improve next time. We started the meeting at around 6:05 today. It was meant to start at 6, so I think we can improve on that. As well as, I know it was a surprise meeting, guys, because we had Gokulashtami and we had to prepone it, and not many people are available. But I would encourage all of you to take up more roles because it was quite late today and the agenda got delayed because of it. Apart from that, I think you've all done spectacularly. I think it's been a great meeting, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next one. Thank you. I would like to conclude my report, and I would like to pass control to our presiding officer, Toastmaster Sean.
Hello again. Thank you, Toastmaster Aditya. It's been a very excellent session. Uh, Thank you to the Table Topics Master. Thank you to the tag team, the General Evaluator, for their roles. I think, yeah, the Ishita, Toastmaster Ishita, the Sergeant Arms, has shared a link in the chat for you to vote for your favorite players of the day, who you think was the best role player for the day, role player, speaker, and tag team member. Please vote in that, and I shall announce the results at the end. I think for guests as well, right? You'll also be able to also you'll also be able to share your feedback along with that. So if you want to, you can do that. Also. Yeah. While we wait for the results to come, I would like to ask feedback from the guests. Guest Abraham, how was the meeting?
As a self-proclaimed introvert and recluse who barely gets out of his room to do anything, I came into this meeting with the expectation that I would immediately crash and burn, but props to you guys. You guys made it so comforting, so welcoming to like actually get started speaking and stuff. And yeah, that's not much else to say. 1 hour well spent. Thanks, guys.
I am so very sorry. I got cut off from that, but thank you for your feedback. I'll go through the recording data and then figure out that out. Guest Abhinav, would you like to share your feedback?
This was a very new experience for me. I've seen Toastmasters videos on YouTube. I was under the impression that Toastmasters is about prepared speeches, but today, you guys, the way you spoke spontaneously on given topics, random, and a new kind of speaking, like where we went one on one, and all the way you guys checked each other with the timer and the grammar master and stuff. Uh, it was a very new experience, and I hope this this new approach brings good results.
Thank you very much, guest Abhinav. Uh, what else do we have? Give me a second. Toastmaster Gomati, would you like to share your feedback
Yeah,
regarding the session?
this session is more energizing than the tea I drink. And the greatest takeaway is that Japanese recipe that she shared, like rice with the green tea. Definitely, I'll try because I like rice as well as tea as well as egg. And I like to just name the recipe in the chat so that I'll really search for it. I really want it, and it's very enjoying to join this team. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us, Toastmaster Gomati. I hope your experimentation turns out well. Please do, if when you join a future meeting, please do let us know how that turned out. Uh, we have also have guest Suba. Would you like to share a few words?
Yeah, sure. I had a lot of fun this time. I attended last time as well, and this time was way more energizing. Honestly, it reminded me of the same warmth. Honestly, Swanchita is leaving to Delhi in next Monday. She's going, so I think this can be my cup of coffee.
Thank you so much, yes, Suba. One second. Toastmaster Ishita, the results. Are we
Yeah,
good?
there are 12 of us, two people remaining to send their responses.
All right.
This was it's just 11 people. Oh, sorry, never mind. I'm sorry.
Right. If you have not received the form yet, it's there in the chat. Please open it and send your results. Um, while tea or coffee is is an eternal debate between people, I think all of us can agree that in weather like this, that no matter if it's tea or coffee, we'd all just like to, just sit at a table with a few of our friends, each with our own respective drink, just sip on it, spill tea, just talk about life. So the next time I think you're feeling bored, you're feeling lonely, feel free to message a few friends, ask them if they'd like to go out, grab a cup of coffee, grab a cup of tea, and have fun. Uh, yep. With that, we have gotten the results for the one second. Yeah, for the role players. Sorry, not for the role players. The results of the form. The best role player was the table topics master, Toastmaster Subhashini. The best auxiliary role player, that is the best tag team member, was Toastmaster Ishita, the grammarian. And finally, the best table topic speaker goes to guest Subha. Thank you all for attending today's meeting. I hope it was as relaxing and as much of a break to you guys as it was to me. Once I end this meeting, I have to go back to doing Goklashtami work. So thank you all for attending today's meeting. Thank you all for a fun session. With that, I'd like to, uh, the word for it, I
Adjourn.
forgot the word for it. Adjourn, yes. I would like to adjourn meeting number 311 of the Amrita Toastmasters Club. Feel free to stay, feel free to network, and feel free to leave. Thank you all for attending today's meeting. And yeah, that's about
Sorry
it.
to interrupt, but could we have everyone turn on their video so that we can take a group picture, please? Toastmaster Samir, if you could turn on your video if possible. All right, I'm assuming net issues. All right, everyone, big smiles. Toastmaster Samir, are you back? Oh wait, oh
I've
you're
logged
there.
into
Oh my
another
bad,
device.
my bad. Okay, okay, I did not see you there. All right, okay, that's fine. We've got pictures. Thank you,
But
everybody.
no, wait. Toastmaster Anand wasn't there.
I think I've got him though, but if you would like to take one more picture.